Hey guys, it's Carolina here from KarolinasKrafts and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a project I made with the Cowgirl Dreams Paper Pad from ScrapDivaDesigns. This is one of the pads I had chose for the month of April and trying to use it up, but I don't know if I'm gonna get there. I chose a lot, you guys, and I am really struggling just trying to use up all my paper pads, but I thought I used up two and then I used up one that I didn't even have on my list, so I probably shouldn't have, but I did because I wanted it gone. And I still have three other collections I chose that I just don't think I'm going to get to. I'm going to keep crafting with this one, trying to use up this one, but I do want to share with you guys what I made so far, because I made a super adorable cowboy themed album. So I didn't use any of the pinks from this collection. I used the teals, the yellows, the oranges, some of these papers, the wood grain, because even though this is called Cowgirl Dreams, you could use this for either cowboy or cowgirl. As you could see, this paper here clearly says cowboy anyway. So this is really like a 2-in-1. You get cowgirl and cowboy themed papers, and you could do projects for both. So far I did the cowboy. So I want to share with you guys what I made using ScrapDivaDesigns paper. And as I'm filming this video, this is available. It was just restocked. So you guys can go check it out. And of course, use the code Carolina for 10% off your order. There's going to be some other dyes I'm going to share with you guys that I also used in here. So you guys can use that code as well, Carolina, for 10% off. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so this is the album that I made so far in a cowboy theme. I have like a burlap kind of looking ribbon tie closure, and I burned the edges so that it just wouldn't unravel. Here I used ephemera from the same collection. It is the Cowgirl Dreams ephemera pack. However, this is currently out of stock, but she does have in stock the chipboard stickers. So you also have the guy here, just a little bit smaller, as you guys could see. And the cowboy you could actually get from her, you could die cut it out from her die set, which is the Cowboy Words. And it comes with a bunch of dies in here, like cowboy, cowgirl, wanted, yeehaw, let's go girls. So you can get a bunch from here, and you could, like I said, cut out the word cowboy, which you guys are going to see. I did cut out on the inside somewhere here. But like I said, the chipboard is in stock. The ephemera is out of stock, but the paper collection is also in stock. So I will have it all linked down below. And of course, like I said, use the code Carolina for 10% off your order. So I just decorated with the ephemera because I had them here. So I was able to do that. However, I did the cowboy and then I matted it onto like a darker cardstock because I wanted like a shadow layer. So then I fussy cut around it. I have some enamel dots here. I did a ripping technique and I inked the edges. You guys are going to see throughout this album, I did quite a bit of inking. I also inked this guy. He had like white border on the outside. I inked him up, grunched him up a little bit because I feel like it looks more masculine. And then for the stitching, I decided to do a wider zigzag stitch because I think for the boy albums, I like the wider zigzag stitch rather than like the tight ones that I do for all my other albums. I just feel like the boy ones, it looks better with a wider one. Here's my spine matted onto some dark brown and the back side, and it says yeehaw. I used two papers, like scraps I had left over, and I also inked my handmade logo stamp there. So you open this up and it looks like this. So I did not add anything here. Actually, maybe I should add like a tag or something. I think I'm gonna do that, or maybe I'll add in some kind of insert. Let me see what papers I have left, because I could still make another project with this. So I'm trying to see what more masculine papers I have left over. So I don't know, maybe I could just make a little no, can't do a tag with that because that's the same background paper. So maybe I'll just make a tag with this green scrap right here, or maybe even this yellow scrap. Nope, we're gonna do, I think we'll do the green, or maybe the blue. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna do it in this pattern. But I like that pattern. It's hard because I know I can make like another project. Oh, actually I have that pattern. I have another one of those sheets still. So I think I'll just use that pattern. Because this one has the pink on the back. I wanted to use the greens in here, but this one has the pink on the back, so I don't want to use that one up because I only have one sheet left, and I know I'll probably want to use the pink and green side, and the wood grain always comes in handy with everything else. So I think I'll just use this guy because I have a full sheet of another one of those as well. Okay, so I was able to cut out a piece that measures 4 by 4 3/4. So this piece is 4 1/8 by 4 7/8. And I actually really love this paper from ScrapDivaDesigns. It's got like a, it's like very smooth and it feels shiny, but it's like, I guess it has a little shine to it. Kind of maybe like, what is it? Is it paper rose paper? I feel like it's also like that. I mean, it's not too shiny or anything. It's not like, whoa. But like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It has some kind of like coating on it, or just the paper that it's printed on. It feels so nice, you guys. And everything I layer on here just feels like, it feels so smooth. All that to say, I really enjoyed working with this paper, and I'm going to continue working with that paper pad because I want to try and use it up. But I really did like working with it, and yeah, I like everything I made with it. Okay, so we got this cute little booklet done. I just left it blank on the inside, but you could totally paper mat it on the inside, and it's just going to fit in this pocket nice and snug right there, and it's perfect. I also did use my stub punch and did like a little stub there. Okay, so moving on, and I'm actually refilming this video because I had just refilmed this whole entire thing only to find that a bunch of my clips were in slow motion, and I doubt you guys wanted to watch like a 12-minute clip that ended up being turned into like an hour and 30 minutes in slow-mo. And so I'm refilming this right now. So hopefully I cover everything. And by the way, this is also available in my Etsy shop in case you guys want to purchase this Cowboy album. It would be perfect for like a birthday because sometimes birthday themes can be in a cowboy theme, and that would just be really, really cute. And you could add the person's name here, or the date, or how old they're turning, whatever you want to do. So it's just really, really cute. So on this first page here, I have a Saloon that I made using some of Scrap Diva's paper in the background. And this is actually her die set also. It is her Saloon mini album die set. And you could totally make an mini album out of this. But I chose to cut it out and I turned it into a pocket. So in my tutorial, which there is a tutorial for this album, it is a video class tutorial that you could either find in my Etsy shop or in my coffee shop. It's a video class tutorial. I will have the links down in the description box to both, either wherever you want to purchase it. But it is a paid video class tutorial, and you will learn how to make this whole entire mini album from start to finish, including the paper matting. But the paper matting is done in a doggy theme, not in this cowboy theme, just because I make these albums again from time to time. I like to have them in my stash. I like to have them ready on my project cart, ready for me to mat them. But the original one, when I first designed this, it was done in a doggy theme. So when you guys get the video class tutorial, and a lot of people always have this question, it's like, but it's in a doggy theme. That's not the same album. It is the same album because the base design is the same. The design that you're making with the cardstock is the same. Then in the video class tutorial, which is I think video 4 or 5, you're going to get the paper matting measurements that I do in the doggy theme or whatever theme I had done in the tutorial. I'm pretty sure it's the doggy theme. But you guys are going to get the measurements and then just use those measurements to apply to whatever paper you want to use. It doesn't have to be the same paper. It never has to be the same paper. You're welcome to do this in a variety of themes. And I have shared it in a doggy theme. I have shared this in a Halloween theme. I am now sharing it in a cowboy theme. I have made these quite a handful of times now, and in different themes. It just depends on the paper that you're using. So in the tutorial, there is actually like a mat here, like a flip out mat. So you're welcome to do that. I just decided to not do that part, and I just, like I said, cut out the Saloon, and I glued that down on 3 sides here and turned it into a little pocket, and I think it just looks absolutely adorable there. So like I said, I used background paper, which is ScrapDivaDesigns. This white paper was actually from the last paper pad I was using, which is from the Avenue. I had another scrap piece of like a white wood grain pattern, so I just used that here, and I inked the edges all around. Then inside here, I have this tag from the collection that says wanted, and instead of adding like a ribbon here, I decided just to do paper just to make it look even more masculine. So I just felt like that was the better option than like a crinkly ribbon. So that's what I did. And then I also added in this photo mat, which is from Scrap Diva's wanted poster nesting set. You get, I think, 7 dies, 2, 4, 6, yeah, 7 dies here. And these are great. You could use it by itself like this. This one was the largest one that I used right here, and it's great. I inked the edges and like the whole entire thing because it was white and I didn't want it to be so bright white, so I just inked the whole entire thing. And it just lives in that pocket, and you guys are going to see throughout the album I'm also going to be using the second to largest one, but I will be matting it onto craft cardstock, so you guys are going to see that in a little bit. So the next page here, I used some ephemera from the collection. You could also do the howdy word from the Cowboy words die set that I shared with you guys earlier, because there's also a howdy in here, which is right here. So you can cut it out with the words. The words are just fantastic to have. You could do so much with this. And decorate your whole album with like just words, but I do like having the other elements too, and you guys are gonna see it turned out so stinking cute with the other elements, and you guys are gonna see how I used them. So that is 2 die sets so far. I showed you guys a Saloon mini album and the Cowboy words, and of course, like I said, use the code Carolina for 10% off your order in case you guys are wanting to get anything, or even the paper collection that I'm using. But here I included another tag that I made, again with like this paper top piece, and you could just write on the back or add a photo. And then here is the smaller wanted kind of poster thing. It is the second to largest size, and I just matted it onto craft cardstock. That way this can be like a photo mat. So you can tuck this under here because this is a tuck spot, and have your photo and put your photo like directly onto there, and it looks like a little wanted sign, which is really, really fun and cute. So I just decided to do that there. Then the next page here, I have another pocket. This time this is like a side loading pocket, and another photo mat area. And then here, this is so cute, you guys. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is like my favorite page from the whole entire thing. I made a cute little hat, you guys, and the hat I made with another one of her die sets, which is the Cowboy bundle die set. But you get like the horseshoe kind of thing. You get the like little lizards. You get a cowboy boot or cowgirl boot, whatever you want to turn it into, and a hat, which you could make cowboy or cowgirl as well. So I made a cowboy hat. I had die cut it out in the craft cardstock, and I also die cut it out in like a fall leather. Which is where you're seeing this fall leather strap right there. That's fall leather, and then the rest is craft cardstock. But the reverse of that looks like this. So all I did is cut it out twice, and I have 2 little cowboy hats. Like, how cute is that? This is the one made with completely fall leather, and then just the middle piece is with that craft paper. But it turned out so stinking cute. I was originally going to use this one on here, but I kind of felt like I liked the other one better. I like how this one looked better, so I decided to go with that. And I did ink the edges just to add a little bit more dimension. And on top of that, this is a magnetic closure. So all I did there, so I glued it down right here, and then right behind this little piece right here, I have a 1/4-inch size magnet. You could do smaller if you'd like. I do have smaller, but I mean, this worked, so I just used this. This is from Total Element Magnets, and you guys know they are my favorite magnets. I have been raving about them. I have been using them a ton. I have a million of their different sizes, and they are great quality magnets. And they're much cheaper than like the basic gray magnets, and obviously they come in more sizes, which is fantastic because I think the basic gray is either like small or maybe it's medium and then a large. These ones come in actual like different sizes, which is awesome. So these are a 1/4-inch magnets. I'm going to have them linked down below, and you guys could use the code KarolinasKrafts for 10% off your order from your magnets in case you guys want to get some, but it worked out so perfectly here. And you could add a photo here or do journaling and then add a photo here. Yeah, to magnetize is closed. And it was just on that cute little hat. Like, it was just absolute perfection. I love it. Love how that turned out. That is like my favorite page right there. So then when you turn this again, here, I didn't feel like I needed a magnet, but this is another flip out page like that. And you could just add photos. And then here I do have another magnet, another one of these little magnets on the star here. So let me show you guys so you guys could hear it. There you go. So there's a little magnet under that star. To make this little cowboy thing in the first place, I used, again, the Cowboy words die set because you have the word cowboy or cowgirl, but cowboy, so that's what I die cut out here. And on top of that, I decided to use another one of her dies, which is the Sheriff Star Shaker set. And I just used a smaller size. Instead of making it a shaker, I just cut out the background or the background piece and then the layering piece in like a craft cardstock. And it worked perfectly, you guys. And then I just did another craft color on the back so that I was able to layer them together and have my little magnet under there. And you would never know there's a little magnet there, but you could hear it. Yep, you could definitely hear it. So yeah, fantastic there. And I just love how this looks too. Like the ones that have these fun element closures, these are my favorite. They're my favorite pages in here. They're so cute. Anyway, so this opens up like this, and then this opens up again. Normally in the past I have done these like the same pattern, but because I was working with scraps, I didn't have a big enough piece for this side, and so I just decided to do a different pattern and then do another scrap because this wasn't even long enough, and do another scrap and turn it into a little pocket. So that's what I did here, and I added in another one of those photomats, and you could add this wherever you want. You could even close up this pocket if you would like. You don't have to keep it as a pocket. You could close it up. But yeah, so there's that, and obviously you can add something here. I mean, you would see it a little bit, but you could totally do it. Or just add a different size photo there. Maybe like a couple of smaller ones if you don't want to see anything underneath there. And then you turn this. Here I have a wanted ephemera piece. You could also cut out the wanted from this Cowboy words die set because you do have the word wanted, because mine is from the ephemera pack. But the Cowboy words literally has it all. So you could cut out whatever words you're looking for. And this is a tuck spot as well. So you can add your little photo here onto this photo mat and glue it down if you would like. And this one is fun because it already is like a wanted poster and it says wanted, and you could just add the photo. So that's really, really fun. But I have it in here in this pocket. You could use it in the pocket. You don't have to use it in the pocket. You could just add a regular photo here. You've got so many options in how you would like to add your photos into here. And then I also have this tag that just says Wild West, and you can either write on the back or add a little photo. And then a little lizard from the collection, another ephemera piece, but again, you have the lizard. You have two lizards here from the Cowboy bundle die set. Let me just share with you guys so you guys could see the two little lizards. See? Oh, and you also have a cactus, which I forgot to mention, but you have two little lizards facing in different directions, so you could cut those out. And then have a little lizard there if you don't have the ephemera pack. But I am loving like this collection because, like I said, I'm still gonna be making a cowgirl one, but I just love that I was able to do both cowboy and cowgirl from one paper collection, so that's awesome. And then the last page here has another little tag, keeping that all closed. this opens up. I guess I flipped my album upside down because this one just tucks into this pocket here. But it's another little wanted thing. And again, you could use this here if you would like, and then add a photo. You can even turn it this way if you would like, glue it down on 3 sides, have a little tag behind it. Everything I'm including in the pockets doesn't have to stay in the pockets. You could add other photos in the pockets if you would like. And then that closes, and then this keeps that whole entire thing closed. So I didn't add another pocket in the back here. I just did one in the front because, again, I was looking at my scraps and I was like, I don't really see anything that I would like back here to work with my paper. And I also kind of wanted to save some of that paper to be able to make another project. So this one only has just one pocket on the inside front cover, and then you could add a full-size photo here, especially if you're celebrating like a little cowboy birthday. This could just be like a large either family photo or a photo of the child that just turned another year older. So yeah, that is my fun cowboy themed mini album. Like I said, it is available in my Etsy shop in case you guys are interested. I'm gonna have all of the dies that I used linked down below. So I used 5 different die sets for this album, but I love it. These die sets really do go with the cowboy theme or cowgirl theme, and you could use it with any paper collection. It doesn't just have to be Scrap Diva's paper collection, though I really do love this one. And I just love how it feels and the texture, and I love that I could either do boy or girl. Otherwise, you're going to be looking for cowboy papers or cowgirl papers and so on. But this one, you're able to do both cowboy and cowgirl from one paper collection. So yeah, that is what I wanted to share. And don't forget to check out the magnets. These are great to have in your stash. They're not going to be ones that you're going to use as often because they are on the smaller side. So they're not going to be ones you're going to use as often, but they do come in handy for projects. I have used quite a few. You can't tell because there's a lot in here, and I've only used it like a few times already. But they do come in handy for the times that you do need them. Like, how cute. It is just so adorable. I love it. Okay, anyway, so that is my project, you guys. This cowboy album project. I hope you guys enjoyed this whole entire video. I had so much fun making this, and I'm going to have so much fun making a cowgirl version. Also check out the tutorial, the video class tutorial, linked in the description box down below. And it's just like a really fun album. So I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So anyway, that is it. And I will see you guys in my next crafty video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.